All right, guys, check out these NBA codes from yesterday. I had the Kings to beat the Pelicans, which they did. And I also had the Nuggets to beat the Mavericks, which they did. So check this out. I'll start off with the Kings versus the Pelicans game. I said this will be Harrison Barnes' 739th career game. 739 is the 131st prime. 131 is the 32nd prime. This game, guys, was played on the 302nd day of the year. Like 32. The Kings are now 3-2 for the season. Also notice that the Nuggets are 3-2 for the season and the Mavs are 3-2 for the season. And this all happened on the 302nd day of the year. There's also 32 rays in the Society of Jesus' logo. Derek Chauvin, who's been involved in a lot of the codes recently, his most recent birthday was exactly 32 weeks ago. So the Kings got their 2077th all-time win, like 277. 277 is the 59th prime number. Big number, guys, because Freemasonry equals 59 and Pope Francis equals 59. And the Pelicans got their 59th loss since Kobe died. 59 is the 17th prime, as you can see here. And Harrison Barnes has probably been the Kings' best player this season. And he was drafted round 1, pick 7, like 17. The game was played on 17 date numerology. So the Pelicans stayed on 433 all-time home wins. That's the 84th prime. Huge number. Luke Walton, the head coach of the Kings, he stayed on 84 losses coaching the Kings. Pope Francis is of course 84 years old and he was born on 84 date numerology. When you type in the Jesuit order, you get 84. As you can see here. The Pelicans dropped to 22-11 at home versus the Kings. And 2,211, like 2211, is the 66 triangular number. And this was the 66th all-time game between the franchises. Luke Walton got his first coaching job 66 months ago. And 66 is the 11th triangular number. And the Kings got their 11th all-time away win versus the Pelicans. Pope gets you 11. And I often talk about the master numbers. 22 is a master number, 11 is a master number, 22 plus 11 gets you 33, which is a master number. So the Kings became 11-22 away versus the Pelicans. JFK died on 11/22, November the 22nd. Not an accident that he died on that date. The big Mason. So the Kings became 3-0 away for the season and picked up their 30th win versus the Pelicans. In Gematria, Kings gets you 30. And what's interesting, the Kings got 113 points in this game. And 113 is the 30th prime. Just know the National Basketball Association equals 113 and there's 30 teams that play in it. Kobe Bryant equals 113. He was heavily involved in this game. As you can see here, Kobe Bryant 113. 113 points for the Kings. And check this out. The Kings stayed on 126 all-time losses in October. Their governor was installed January the 7th, 2019. 1,026 days before the game, like 126. And the Pelicans stayed on 126 all-time losses in October. New Orleans in Gematria gets you 126. As you can see here, it also gets you 144. Like Jesuit order. Kobe, of course, died on 126. And his 2020 birthday, remember he died in 2020? His 2020 birthday was 1 year, 2 months, and 6 days before the game, like 126. And I'll just show you that as well. So his 2020 birthday, August the 23rd, 2020. 1 year, 2 months, and 6 days, like 126. Just staggering stuff, guys. The Pelicans stayed on 705 regular season wins. New Orleans' birthday is on 7-5. In Gematria, Kobe gets you 75. The anniversary of the Society of Jesus being founded, 75 days before the game, guys. Society of Jesus founded 8/15/2021. 75 days, guys. And this is huge. The Pelicans got their 823rd regular season loss. Kobe was born on 8/23, guys, August the 23rd. And Pope Francis became the Pope March the 13th, 2013. 8 years, 230 days before the game, like 8/23 when Kobe was born. And the Pelicans got their 823rd regular season loss. Incredible. Derek Chauvin was born 2,380 weeks before the game. Like Kobe was born on 2/38, and I'll confirm that as well. This should be blowing your mind. Chauvin was born March the 19th, 1976. Look at this. 2,380 weeks on the nose from the game. This is remarkable stuff, guys. I get excited just reading it out. Guys, Hurricane Katrina, which occurred in New Orleans, began on 8/23/2005, guys. 8/23. Wow. The Pelicans stayed on 157 all-time wins on a Friday. Kobe Bryant gets you 157, as you can see here. And their stadium opened exactly 22 years before this game on 157 date numerology. 10 plus 29 plus 19 plus 99 gets you 157. The anniversary of George Floyd's death was 157 days before the game, guys. He died May the 25th, 2020, so the 1 year anniversary, May the 25th, 2021. 157 days. Look how 157 days here is 5 months and 4 days. Just know that New Orleans gets you 54. As does Kobe Bean Bryant. That gets you 54. As does Jesuit order. That gets you 54. So 157 is the 37th prime. Sacramento gets you 37, as you can see here. Look how Sacramento gets you 109. And the Pelicans finished with 109 points against Sacramento. The Pelicans got their 161st all-time loss on a Friday. Sacramento gets you 161. The golden ratio. The Kings stayed on 1,873 regular season away losses. 1,873, guys, is the 287th prime. And look at these 287s. Luke Walton got his first coaching job 287 weeks ago. George Floyd was born on the 287th day of the year. The Pelicans coach was born on the 28th of July, a date you can write, 28/7. 287 days between George Floyd's recent birthday and the Pelicans coach's recent birthday. Derek Chauvin was born on a day leaving 287 days left in the year. Magic work here. Magical work. This game was played on 15 date numerology. As you can see here, the Pelicans are now 1-5 for the season. Just knowing gematria, that Kobe gets you 15. George Floyd's recent birthday, or what would have been his recent birthday, October the 14th, 2021. 15 days before this game. Notice how 15 days is 2 weeks and 1 day, like 21. And Kobe gets you 15 and 21. Pelicans in gematria gets you 47, as you can see here. And 47 is, of course, the 15th prime. So it makes sense for the Pelicans to now be 1-5 for the season. George Floyd equals 65 in gematria. As you can see here, 65. Why is that important? The Kings coach got his 65th win with the Kings. Luke Walton's last NBA game as a player was 3,103 days ago. Francis became the Pope on 3/13, March the 13th. So the Pelicans stayed on 253 all-time home wins versus the Western Conference. 253 is the 22nd triangular number. And the Pelicans Stadium opened exactly 22 years before the game, because it opened on October the 29th, 1999. The Pelicans, they stayed on 22 home wins against the Kings. Look how it was the 33rd game between the teams. And Kobe gets you 33. The anniversary of the Society of Jesus being founded, guys, 2 months and 2 weeks before the game for another 22. See here, another 22. And check this out. The Pelicans coach's last NBA game as a player was 2,389 days before the game. 2389, guys, is the 355th prime. The Pelicans got their 355th all-time home loss. Harrison Barnes is now 21-13 versus the Pelicans all-time. 2113 is the 319th prime. Derek Chauvin was born on 3/19. Luke Walton became the coach of the LA Lakers in 2016. He's the current Kings coach. And that happened the year Kobe retired, because Kobe retired in 2016. Yesterday, the Lakers played Cleveland. The Lakers scored 113 points in a win. And how interesting that LeBron was playing against Cleveland exactly 17 years after he made his debut in the NBA. And he did that with Cleveland. No accidents. While the Lakers are currently on 17 championships. 2016, guys, is the 63rd try, as you can see here. And the game was played on a day leaving 63 days left in the year. Mind-blowing. Kobe retired 2,025 days before the game. He retired, guys, April the 13th, 2016. 2,025 days before the game. We're told that Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years for killing George Floyd. What an incredible decode, guys. And now I'm going to go through my Nuggets decode, because I think it's just as good. So check this out. So I got on the Kings and Nuggets parlay. It was plus 210. great win. But check out this code. I like Denver to win in a moon ritual. They are minus 130. So the same odds as the Kings. So the Denver coach got his 269th regular season win with Denver. And 269 is the 57th prime, a massive number in connection with the moon, because moon gets you 57 in gematria. Denver got their 57th regular season home win versus Dallas. NASA's recent birthday was on 57 date numerology, July the 29th, 21. But this was the big bit. Dallas's coach, Jason Kidd, used to be a player in the NBA. It seems like all of the coaches were ex-players. He got his 207th career loss. And Neil Armstrong supposedly went to the moon on 27, the 20th of July. Dallas Mavericks in gematria gets you 51. Just like moon. So moon gets you 51. Dallas Mavericks gets you 51. It's funny how Dallas Mavericks gets you 255 and George Floyd was supposedly murdered on 255. So the Dallas coach was born on the 23rd of March, like 233. And 233 is the 51st prime number, guys. Incredible stuff. The game was 13 weeks and 1 day after the anniversary of NASA being founded. So like I said, NASA was founded on July the 29th. So the anniversary of it, July the 29th, 2021. 13 weeks and 1 day. And remember, 131 is the 32nd prime. And look how the Nuggets record for the season is now 3-2. And Dallas's record for the season is 3-2. Not an accident. And don't forget that the game was played on the 302nd day of the year, like 32. And look at this, guys. I can't believe I only just noticed this yesterday. The founder of NASA's name is Dwight David Ike Eisenhower. David Ike. Are you kidding me? Dwight David Ike Eisenhower gets you 131 in the purest cipher, guys. The 32nd prime. Both teams record 3-2. Wow. Denver in gematria. The game took place in Denver. Denver Nuggets won. Denver gets you 32. Like how both teams' records are now 3-2. Like 32. This should be blowing your mind, guys. It really should. Dallas stayed on 32 wins in October. Malone, the head coach of Denver, he got his 181st home win for Denver. 181 is, of course, the 42nd prime number. And Dallas got their 42nd loss in October. Dallas got their 304th regular season loss on a Friday. Freemasonry was founded, guys, 304 years ago in 1717. Malone got his 289th all-time win with Denver. And 289, the square root is 17, because 17 times 17 gets you 289. And like I said, Freemasonry was founded in 1717. The Nuggets got their 815th all-time home win versus the Western Conference. Society of Jesus were founded on 815. Dallas stayed on 258 regular season wins on a Friday. Denver's coach was born on the 258th day of the year. Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, died on the 25th of August, the date that came out in 258. Nikola Jokic, the superstar for Denver, he was born on 19-2, and the Dallas coach got his 192nd regular season loss. How interesting that Jokic was drafted 41st pick, and he's now one of the best players in the NBA. We know how big 41 is. Kobe Bryant died at 41. His name equals 41. Spent his whole career playing for LA, that equals 41. From Neil Armstrong's death to the game, guys, 9 years and 66 days. And Dallas got their 966 regular season road loss all time. Jokic became 12-9 versus the Mavericks with the win. The game was played on 10-2-9, which can be seen as 12-9, like Jokic's record now against the Mavs. Check this out with JFK. Of course, JFK died in Dallas. We choose to go to the moon, officially titled The Address at Rice University on the nation's space effort, is a 12-9-1962 speech by United States President John F. Kennedy to further inform the public about his plan to land a man on the moon before 1970. JFK was never shot dead, massive ritual, but look how this speech took place on 12-9. Like how this game was on 10-29, like 12-9. Like how Jokic became 12-9 versus the Mavs. And like I said, JFK was supposedly shot dead in Dallas. Denver got their 1,180th regular season home win. When you type in moon landing, you get 118, guys. And in regards to the 118, the game was 11 months and 8 days after what would have been JFK's birthday. And also, if you look into the space missions, it was Apollo 11, Gemini 8, like 118. It's all ritual, guys. They never went to the moon. It's embarrassing that people believe they did. It really is. But again, that's the indoctrination through education. People just don't have critical thinking skills anymore. Some people do, the majority don't. Dallas coach, he stayed on 186 regular season wins. When you type in the full name of NASA, see these people walking around in the NASA t-shirts. It's embarrassing. 186. 186. And the Dallas coach, Jason Kidd, stayed on 186 regular season wins. JFK died, guys, 3,023 weeks before the game. And the Dallas coach was born on 3/23. I'm hoping these codes blew your mind. Okay, I put so much work into my codes. And this level, this was definitely a moon ritual, undeniably a moon ritual. And the other code was obviously connected to Floyd and to Kobe and to Chauvin and to the Pope. It's like they used the same 7 or 8 characters in all these codes. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a lot. And thank you for supporting my work. If you want to join my Patreon for the upcoming month, it should be a great month, November. You should sign up. It's well worth it. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. And like I said on my Patreon, guys, I don't just decode sports. It's a big part of it, but I decode a lot of other things. We discuss so many things. I ask a lot of questions. I like to get people's thoughts. I like to engage with all of my patrons. And interestingly, I have 213 patrons. And Super Bowl 56 is going to be on 213. Pope Francis became the Pope in 2013. Very organic, guys. But anyway, yesterday, the Kings and Denver won me and my community a lot of nuggets. Cheers, guys.